everybody, welcome to Rapid Fire. This is going to be just a series of shorter videos on topics that don't necessarily need 20 to 40 minutes of me talking into a microphone. So, yeah, this first one's going to be about Game of Thrones and the loot train battle between Jaime's army and Dany's army in the last season. And, yeah, without further ado, let's get going. So this scene is pretty plainly put, the shit. And I think it is so awesome and intense for a couple reasons. The first of which being this is really one of the first times that we've had major characters on opposite sides of a battlefield from each other. So we have Jaime and Bronn on one side, who are both really popular and liked characters, and we have Dany and Tyrion on the other. Same story. We don't really want any of them to lose, which makes the whole battle really intense and makes us feel pretty anxious the entire time. And every time we see one of them in peril, it makes us, afraid for them because it's Game of Thrones. Pretty much anything can happen. Another reason I think this scene works so well is it shows us something that we haven't seen yet in the show. We see the destruction and danger of the dragons from the perspective of someone being attacked by them. And we really see for the first time the analog that I think George R. R. Martin is trying to go for in that dragons are weapons of mass destruction. So from seeing it from the perspective of Jaime's troops, we really see that on the battlefield, when they're being used, they really leave behind some pretty horrific stuff. And this is shown to us really clearly through Tyrion being there. Now, you can debate the logic of Tyrion actually being present at this battle and in this location all you want, but he's not there for a logical reason. He's there to be a stand-in for us as an audience. We can see our emotions and what we feel about the situation being reflected on Tyrion's face as the sequence plays out. And this is clear no better than the part where, towards the end of the episode, when Jaime decides he's going to end the war right there and try to kill Dany, Tyrion spots him, and he says exactly what everyone in the audience watching the episode was saying in their rooms or wherever when they watched it.
Flee, you idiot.
Come on, boy. Come on!
And the last reason I think this scene is so great and tense is the way they use Bronn in it. Now, Bronn is a super popular character, right? But let's be real, in the grand scheme of the show, he's kind of expendable. Especially when you have the long shot of him running through the battlefield, it feels like they're giving him his last hurrah before they kill him. Because of this, the longer the shot holds on him and the more peril he seems to be in, the more tense we become because we don't want him to die. Finally, this tension is released when he gets to the scorpion thing and shoots the Dothraki guy, and then it's immediately relit when he opens himself up and starts looking to shoot the dragon, because now it is Bronn, a relatively minor and unimportant character, facing off against Dany, who is very clearly one of the main characters of the show. Who's going to die if someone's going to die? It's going to be Bronn. The way they use Bronn in this scene really highlights to me the importance of having notable and memorable secondary characters in your story, whether it's a movie or TV show. Because when you have a sequence like this featuring a main character like Jon in the previous season, when they have a similarly awesome one-shot thing. Here, take a look right now. It's awesome. It's still really tense when you're watching it, but a part of your brain is telling you, he's not going to die here. He's critical to the story. And he was just dead like 8 episodes ago. Why would they bring him back to kill him here? But when it's Bronn, who doesn't really have a larger stake in the broad narrative, you never know what's really going to happen. So having these secondary characters around can allow you to play with your audience's expectations more in scenes when otherwise they would be able to pretty much predict what could happen. Let's look deeper into that by taking a look at this scene with Tormund from Beyond the Wall, the one where the Whites are dragging him under the water and it looks like he's going to die. I mean, I'm betting you were on the edge of your seat during this entire sequence. I certainly was. I was screaming like a little girl, too, and so were all my friends. And we were only doing that because it didn't seem like he was going to make it, because he's a minor enough character to where he could die. If it were Jon or Dany getting dragged underwater, it wouldn't have had the same effect. But because it was Tormund, a secondary character, no one knew what was going to happen to him. Well, that's going to be all for this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys liked it. Please let me know in the comments what you think about a shorter format like this. I think I could do a lot more of these, sort of shorter, more focused videos. But until next time, like, share, subscribe, the things all the cool kids do. See you next time. Have a good one.